Hey, how you doing? Arthur Wu here with a review and test of the Profoto ProTungsten Air light fixture. This is a continuous light fixture that outputs tungsten light. And it's a little bit different from some of the standard Profoto strobe flashes that you would normally associate Profoto with. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the specs and some test footage, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. So this light outputs 1,000 watts, which is a pretty decent amount of power. And on the back here, you have all the controls for the lights. So you have the on and off switch, you have the fan mode, so you can either have it at full power or silent. So if you're doing video and you want to capture some audio, you can turn off the sound for the fan. You also have a remote radio control button here. So if you have an external remote, which doesn't come with it, you can purchase it externally. You can control it, so if you have light fixtures around the room that are already set up to your liking, you can control each one of them without having to lower them, fix the settings, and then bring them back up and test them. So it's a pretty good option there. And you also have a dimming switch here, which goes all the way from 100% to 10% power, which is nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the test footage that we captured. So all the shots that we're going to be looking at today, we're using the ProTungsten Air with the beauty dish as the key light. And this first one here, we're just using it straight, almost right above her face. And you can just see the kind of light quality that it gives off. It's really nice and even. And if you pause it right there, you can see the catch light in the eyes. It's that round beauty dish catch light. Really love this look here. The second video here is basically just another beauty setup, just a few different lights in the back there. But you can see that there is the beauty dish, again, gives like a nice quality of light with the overall image. And the last shot here is a still image, just so you can see. You can use it for both photo and video applications. So it's versatile if you want to switch from one to the other. All right, I hope that test footage gave you a better idea of what you could accomplish with this light. Let's talk about what I like and what I don't like about this. Probably the number one thing that I love about this is the ability to use Profoto's awesome range of light modifiers. My favorite is the beauty dish, because I do a lot of beauty and fashion work. And so just the ability to have that beauty dish that outputs that very unique quality of light is awesome for me. So that's a huge plus. The second thing is the ability to control these via remote, because if you already have, most of you know, if you already have your lights set up and it's not exactly what you want and you have to use a ladder to scrim them down or bring them down from your light stand, it takes more time, especially if you have a small team. So the remote control here is great for that. I also like the dimmer up to a certain extent, and I'll talk about that for a little bit, because you can dim it down without having to put scrims in. It's really fast if you're doing photos or if you're doing video without much audio. So that brings me to some of the things I don't like. The dimmer actually is very noisy. So anything under like 95, 90%, you're gonna have a huge humming sound, which is not good if you're trying to get clean audio. And probably the thing I don't like the most about this is actually the price, because it's between $1,200 and $1,300 US for what's essentially a tungsten light with a few bells and whistles built into it. So it's a lot more than some of the other kind of standard Airy and Mole Richardson lights that you might pick up, or even the redheads for a fraction of the price that output the same type of light. You're paying a little bit more for the bells and whistles as well as the modifiers. So if price is a huge concern for you, it might not make the most sense to pick this up. It might make more sense to get like a 3 or 4 light kit from Lowell or from Airy, just to get started, just to get your feet wet with cinematography. So those are kind of my overall impressions. I was able to pick this up for half price, so it made sense for me to buy it. I shoot with a lot of tungsten light, so it was just another addition to my kit. And I'm really happy with it. I love it. So my recommendation is basically based on the type of shooting that you do. So if you can afford it, it's a great light. If you like Profoto's modifiers, I totally recommend this. If you're just a beginner, you're just starting out, you don't have a lot of budget, it might make more sense to go with a smaller 3-light kit, 4-light kit, and just kind of play with the modifiers from there. So that's pretty much it. Hope that review was helpful. If you have any questions, post them below. For more reviews and tips, visit arthurwu.com and subscribe to this YouTube channel. All right, guys. Peace.